From crazy maps to offensive maps and even hacked maps, Brawl Stars has seen thousands of troll maps ever since Mapmaker was released. Today we'll be looking at the 17 craziest maps in Brawl Stars. Execution Time. Execution Time was one of the most popular maps in the game. It featured a big island where brawlers had to fight to get to the middle teleporter, which would take you to another island filled with power cubes. It was a very fun map to play, and certain brawlers like Edgar, BB, and Mortis dominated it. There were different variations of the map, and it even had a hacked version. I myself have pushed countless trophies in this map, and it was a fun time. Showdown Small Island Map. This map didn't have any exact name since all of these maps were named like please. There was only one island as small as it can possibly be, and every brawler spawned together in this small place. As you can imagine, it was utter chaos. Jackie, Frank, and Shelly used to dominate this map. The matches used to be extremely fast and winning mostly depended on luck. There was a cheesy trick where you could roll away using Daryl's super and easily get second or third place. It was the best map to push your brawlers fast and reach rank 30 very quickly. Gym Grab Maze Maps. There were different types of gym grab maze maps in the game, so it doesn't have a specific name. Both teams used to spawn together and rush to the middle to get the gems. They had to go through the maze while the other team attacked them. Usually the team to reach the gems first used to win the game. It was a fun map with a lot of cheese potential. Players used to come up with different tricks to trap their enemies and make fun of them. 1+1+2+3 Brawl Ball. This map was divided into 3 parts where all 3 members of a team had to do a 1v1. It wasn't the best map for pushing trophies unless you had a cheesy strategy. Buzz and Carl used to be very good at this map because they could easily reach the ball and pass it down to their teammates. Sometimes it was quite stressful to play because I kept on losing again and again. Showdown Among Us. This map was a replica of the original Among Us map. It got popular because during its release, Among Us was a worldwide popular game. Throwers like Dynamite used to dominate this game mode because they could hide behind the walls and kill everyone. The use of teleporters made this map way more fun. Heist Base Race Maps. In these maps, players used to spawn on opposite sides and rush to the opponent's safe before them. That's why they're called base race maps. There were different versions of the maps. Some maps were made of islands, where some were maze, and some used to rely on jump pads. The first team to reach the enemy's safe usually won. It was a really fun to play map and offered fast-paced gameplay. But the next map used to be even faster, which is Heist Spam Maps. These maps included 2 islands where both teams spawned, and they spawned with the opponent team's safe. It was basically a spam map where you had to spam faster than your opponents to win. High damage brawlers like Cold Spike and even Colette used to be top picks in this map. The fastest match ever in Brawl Stars history happened on this map too. Brawl Ball Narrow Score Maps. These maps were filled with walls and had a small clear area at the center where players spawned. There were narrow roads that led to each goalpost. Once you throw the ball in, you were guaranteed to score unless a Primo jumped in and saved the ball. It was an extremely fun map to play, and it was copied and remade multiple times. So there were different variations of this map. Bounty Hole Map. Quite similar to the previous map, Bounty 1v1 was basically a hole in the wall. There's nothing special about this map, but it was popular for cheesing. You could create another hole and hide in it, trapping your opponents and spawn killing them. Showdown 5v5. In this map, players would spawn in 2 different sections, each section consisting of 5 players. It was a really fun map to play, and players sometimes even teamed together to beat the other players. It was both a thrower's dream and nightmare since they could literally kill anyone but could also get killed by an Edgar or Surge. Bounty Islands Map. These maps were made up with a couple islands, each connected with jump pads or teleporters. These were one of the best maps to play because they were filled with action and jump scares. You could spawn trap opponents and use different kinds of cheese in this map. Showdown Mara Mara. Mara Mara is an absolute classic when it comes to weird maps. It was probably the first troll map ever created, and its popularity inspired players to make more troll maps. Players would spawn and go straight into the middle, which was filled with jump pads. You had to make sure you don't get thrown into the poison while attacking and defending from other brawlers. It was a nightmare for slow brawlers like 8-bit, that's why it was also called 8-bit's nightmare. Heist Boat Maps. These maps gained a lot of popularity during Mapmaker's peak. There were 2 boats where both teams spawned with their heist safe, and they had to raid the other boat using teleporters, jump pads, and throwers. It resembled a pirate fight, and it was very fun to play. Showdown Islands Maps. These maps were very creative and had a huge variety. Some were similar to Execution Time, and some were random islands with different features. My favorite one of these maps was Math Test. You had to answer the math questions correctly to proceed to the right islands, which would lead you to power cubes. Single Island Maps. Just like Solo Showdown, almost every other game mode had a single island map that was popular. These maps required zero strategy, and the best way to win was to just spam. They were really good for damage and kill quests. Showdown Wheel Map. This map was very enjoyable to play. Every brawler spawned in different parts of a big wheel, and they could even use a jump pad to visit each other. And that's why this map was called Wheel. This map gave normal Showdown a fun twist and made it more interesting. Throwers and tanks used to dominate this map. Offensive maps. When you give normal players the power to create maps, you're bound to see some offensive stuff. There were maps that would trap one person inside a box and call him gay, maps that were 18+, and even Nazi maps. Showdown Maze Maps. These maps consisted of a big maze which had a lot of power cubes at the center. Players would spawn together and rush to get to the power cubes while killing each other. Some of these maps were really hard to solve, just like this one. If I forgot any maps, let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching, and by the way, YouTube thinks you should watch this video, so try it out.